third speaker from the Marketing Marvels track. We're going to talk a little bit more about AI, I see. AI versus your game, the new era of social media attacks. So for that, I would like to welcome to the stage Naveh and Dror from Spikerz.
Great. Can everybody hear this? Great. So we're good to go. So you probably heard the word AI comes up in the past 2 days, probably like 42,000 times. AI is amazing. LLMs is amazing. It can help you get more reach. It can help you get a lot more creative. It can help your team just be better, faster, a lot more sophisticated than it used to be a few years ago. But again, if I can bet, nobody talked to you about what AI can do on the negative side of things, right? In AI, and we've seen it in the past 3 to 5 years, has actually changed everything. And we have gaming companies and studios working with us today about something they've never experienced before. What happens when AI is being used by the bad actors? We're going to speak a little bit about that today, but before we get into the very specifics of that, I have a question for you guys, and I have here small Spikerz as our bodyguard for today. And we would love to learn from you guys as well, but if you look at all of these names, brands, logos that all of you are probably familiar with, there are a lot more, by the way. Just wanted to put a few of these. What do you think all of these have in common? Sports? Almost. Anybody? Come on, don't be shy. See some heads going around. Something? Okay, I'll help you. All of these brands, unfortunately, got hacked in the past year. All of them. And there are so many others, like Disney and McDonald's and Ford, and the biggest brands you've ever seen, right? And you have Riot Games here, and Activision Blizzard, and Xbox, and Valve, and ESL, and probably every brand you probably know got hacked in the past year on social alone. But the question is, why? What changed, right? But we're going to stick to that for a second, and then I'll answer the question I just asked. All of these, by the way, are just in the past few months, up to a year. And when you look at that, everything changed with AI. And there's the statistics that actually, when I wake up in the morning and I look at that, I get freaked out every morning. 1 out of 5 gaming studios will get hacked. Now, we have roughly like 30, 40 people here. So you can understand statistics, right? Some of you are going to get hacked, or some of the guys outside are going to get hacked. Doesn't matter whether you're doing everything right or doing everything wrong. You're just out of your hand because you're fighting with stick and stones against superpowers like AI. And one thing we need to cover is that social media is where everybody goes to, right? You have a community, you have a game, you're trying to attract new customers or new players, you're trying to communicate with them, you're trying to retain them, you're trying to get them back into your game. Everybody goes to social media. Now, social media has been with us for what, 15, 20 years now? But what changed? We started from MySpace, MSN, Tumblr. Now we have TikTok, moving everything. We have Instagram, right? But everything changed with AI. Things that you needed to do with your 10 fingers, or 2 of them if you have a mobile phone, you now can do with 1,000 AI agents at your whim. It can be a voice recording order. You go to ChatGPT and ask for it. Just write a quick prompt, and you get it. Now, these are the easy stuff, right? You can do right now when I'm speaking, you can go into ChatGPT and ask it to do something. But what happens if you take it one step further? What happens if I want to learn anything about your company? Who works there? Who's your VP of social? Where does he live? Who's his wife? And so on and so on. It takes one prompt to do that. Do you know that? You can go and ask it, can you scrape LinkedIn for all the social media managers of some company, everything they can know about it, and so on and so on. And the AI is not is not a bad tool. It's a great tool. It's just being used by the wrong people for the wrong purposes at some point. The initial or the essential part of that is that it's a lot faster. You can do a lot more in a shorter period of time. It's easier, and the sophistication of those attacks have gone over the roof. And anybody can do it. We are seeing teenagers from across the world that don't know how to speak English performing astonishing attacks in scale. We've seen attacks of creation of fake websites for jobs. Think about that, I don't know, gamesbeatcareer.com. You can open it up in a whim, create a fake website in one prompt, just send it to everybody with a prompt that says first name, blah, 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 and you create a sophistication around personalization there that you probably haven't seen before. You've probably seen the phishing attacks 7 years ago, Nigerian prince, somebody trying to take your money, right? Bad grammar, misspellings, and so on. We don't see that anymore. Oh, you probably have seen it over SMS, but probably a lot less than you've seen before. And the new types of attacks are honestly just different. And I want to show you some examples. Speak about us in a second. This is a fake login page that took me 25 seconds to create. Does it seem weird? Now, if I would take 1 minute, I can make it for every social platform. This is Lovable, by the way, or Base44, or any vibe coding tool that you are familiar with. But it's not only that. I can create phishing emails for whatever language in one prompt. And I can then duplicate it for any other languages per person, per his LinkedIn account, and I can know everything about him. Let's say I'm just here in PG Connect. Somebody can see that because I just posted it on LinkedIn, telling me, hey, I just saw you at PG Connect. It was a great speech. Thank you so much for saying this. But, blah, 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 blah. You don't need to actually write it anymore. What about creating an account that looks exactly like me, or my company, or your game? Honestly, one prompt. You can go in right now to, I won't tell you which AI tool you can use that for. I don't want you to do some bad stuff. But it takes you one prompt to do that. What happens if you have a game, you invest so much in its name, you invest so much in the community, and somebody opens up a fake Instagram account or fake Facebook page with the name of your studio, the name of your game, and then tries to speak with your community, saying, hey, I'm the help center or the support team. I saw that you had a question about the game. I'm very happy to help. And then they start to communicate with you because they really think that it's you. Now then, multiply that by 1,000. What about fake giveaways? What happens if I now go to your social media, look for everybody that commented on one of your comments or one of your posts, and then send him a fake image I just created? This is one prompt. Come join the name of the game, and here's 10 free spins, here's 10 free freebies, whatever. We are seeing millions of examples for gaming companies every single day. What about phishing ads? Nothing stops you from going right now to Facebook, creating a fake ad with your game name, then just send people to something else. A phishing website, a fake credit card website that looks very similar to your account, and so on. What about games? I can copy the entire game in one prompt. This is a real example that this is Bingo Cash. After you play for like a minute, it asks you for a credit card. This is easy. This is not even sophisticated anymore. You can do all of this in one prompt. You take the game, again, another AI tool, I won't tell you the name of, and you do it. And you then take the money. In the end, you can ride to the sunset with probably a lot of cash in your pocket. What about comments attack? Let's say you really invest in your brand. You really care about the game, you really care about your players, but I'm your competitor. And I want people to less use your solitaire, your bingo, your slots, your RPG game, whatever this is. And I just send 5,000 bots at you with different comments like, this game sucks, don't play it, they stole my money, I tried playing it, it didn't work, or just trying to send people to other games. Again, we just took an example for BG Connect. We said, this is ChatGPT, right? Give me 50 different examples of comments I can send people for fake Bitcoin giveaway. But you can do the same thing with somebody else's game. One thing most people don't think about is account security. Social media is your forefront. Everybody can see social media. It's the #1 public asset any company has today. Now, if you are Xbox or Riot Games or anybody that have a brand and a social media, if somebody takes a hold of it and does something on your accounts, it's you doing it. Or this is what your players think. So when Xbox got hacked and they published a fake crypto scam, they stole millions of dollars out of the followers. Now, after this happened, who's the one to blame? Xbox, because this is Xbox account. Now, all the ones that got defrauded came to Xbox asking for money. What's happening, guys? Where's my crypto coin? But it's not really Xbox. Same thing with Riot Games. But it's everywhere. And one thing we understood is that social media is moving very, very, very fast, okay? And if we understand that branding is important, everybody goes to social media for anything to do with your company, your brand, we understand that it's something that is worth protecting and worth even just knowing about it in the beginning, because nobody probably woke up in the morning and said, wow, my social is not protected, right? Usually people wake up only after something happened. And the idea here is to give you the tools and the understanding that this can happen, and there's a way to stop it, okay? I'm not here only speaking about doomsday scenarios or anything like that. There are things that you can do yourself to prevent those kind of things from happening. And I want to give you one example. I'm going to cover in a second a few myths, okay, of people we usually speak with in gaming. The three verticals that we see is #1, or the baseline, is hacking, okay? Because nobody wakes up again in the morning and says, oh, I get connected to Instagram with a shared username and password, and everybody in my team are using the same one. You understand how terrible this is when I say it out loud, right? Everybody's sharing the same password. If I click on the wrong thing, the entire structure of social media falls down on my head if I'm just a simple social media manager clicking the wrong thing. Later on, we are doing anything to do with the protection of the community, meaning we want to make sure everybody in your community, in your gaming studio, or your players are safe. And the last part is making sure nobody outside of your accounts is trying to infiltrate or steal away your players from you. And these are the 4 myths we usually hear from people. And you probably are going to be familiar with those. So the first one is, but we have 2-factor authentication. We are secured. Right, like Xbox didn't have 2-factor authentication, or Riot Games, or Disney, or everybody else. 2FA is great, it's critical, but it's definitely not enough. And I'll tell you why. Are you familiar with the small reset password button on social media? Right? You forgot your password, just click that. With one click, I can bypass everything. Let's say you have very strong password vault, 2-factor authentication on your device, on the cloud, everything. In one button, I can bypass everything. Why? Because if you're really honest with yourselves and you think who has the phone number associated with your social media accounts, it's somebody from your team. It's either you, maybe your head of social media, just a senior social media manager. As long as I know this person's phone number, I can then replicate it. Very easy to do. People are going, yeah, probably need to change that. Yes, you do. But again, it is important, just unfortunately not enough. We use Password Manager. Exactly as I said right now, you can bypass it very, very fast. Oh, this one I really like. Our team would never fall for a scam like that. Right. We are human beings, we do mistakes, it takes 1 second. I'll give you another example. One of the board members of Twitter got hacked on Twitter, okay? And he's a very smart person, but the idea was he was a little bit tired between flights. He was on a taxi, he didn't pay enough attention, he gave them the two-factor authentication, the password, everything. It was a simple phishing attack, one that you've probably seen 1,000 times. It takes 1 second, and he lost it. By the way, it took him more than 3 weeks to get it back, which is a different story. But the amount of damage happened in that period of time was terrible, especially with a brand that big as that specific person. And the last one is our studio is too small. Nobody cares about us yet. You don't get targeted by a person anymore. You don't need to be big to be targeted. I can go into ChatGPT right now, tell me everybody that went to PG Connect, all the gaming studios in the world. I get a list of a few thousands of people. I run a few AI agents that go to every one of the studios, get all the people in the team, just starting to target them. I'm not doing it manually anymore. I don't care about how small you are. I just want to get into your account. I want to take away players from you. If I'm a black hat affiliator and I'm trying to sell traffic to somebody, I'll take it from somebody that's easy to take. Won't try to do something super complicated. We could just go to all of your players, just steal them, and give it to somebody else that's willing to pay me money for it. And we see it every day. It's not a doomsday scenario in like 5 years. Definitely not. We see it every single day today. Now, these are the things that we recommend everybody to do when we finish this talk. You access the room. We really recommend you to take these actions. By the way, we build like a one-on-one tools, things that you can do right now for yourselves. So you can go right here. Elior and myself will help you get a bag with where's the ducky? The ducky is our bodyguard, by the way. So you can get one as well. And this is super important for everybody to do because, again, nobody waits for you. They'll just do it when you sleep, when you're with your wife or your husband, when you're taking a shower, okay? So having this initial steps will be very, very important for you in order to protect everything you're building and everything you're working so hard to build. And a little bit about us. We make sure brands are safe, gaming studios are safe on social media in 3 verticals. One is so that you don't get hacked. Who has access? What happens when somebody leaves? Making sure that two-factor authentication are not shared over Slack, stuff like that. And everything to do with your brand on social, making sure nobody sends the wrong things, nobody steals your players. Basically making sure you can keep on growing without the risks that are associated with today's dangers on social media. We're right here on the right side, more than happy to speak with you guys and help you. And really wish you guys keep on growing, keep on investing, and be vigilant in these times. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Scared the crap out of me, but yeah.